Hey guys, what's up? Okay, so I'm just letting you guys know that, you know, you can't tell your dreams to everybody, unfortunately. Not even your family, or the people that are in your church, or the people that you expect to be happy about the decisions and the goals that you have. Why? Because some people have different demeanors and they have other ways of explaining to you why you should think otherwise for the way that you're thinking. Now, you have a vision of your own goal. You have a vision of how you're going to get there. Some of you don't even know how you're going to get there, but you know that it's possible. The whole point of you dreaming is to have thoughts of possibilities, hope, and faith, things like that. It's all in your imagination. It starts there. Now, someone else may not have that much imagination or thoughts because they have their own way of thinking and dreaming for them own selves. Your dreams may be in a whole different ball game than someone else's dream. So if you heard Steve Harvey, if you go to do some YouTube search, look it up, it's out there. But Steve Harvey said that his mother shot down his dream, who went to church every Sunday, kept him in church. She was a Christian woman. She shot down his dream. And when people say shot down, that means made you feel like your dream wasn't going to come true, like you were crazy, or that you should have thought something else different, because they don't see that working. They don't have the vision that you have. So of course they can easily shoot it down by saying something else totally opposite of what you feel is going to happen for yourself. He said his aunt shot it down, his cousins, and other people in his family, his whole neighborhood, people in his neighborhood also shot his dream down by telling him something else that he did not see. Like, he could have easily saw something negative, but he knew that the brightest thing to do was to see something positive. So I think that was like one of the smartest things you could ever do, is to put your trust in yourself and not nobody else. If he was weak, and he probably was weak at the time, but if he was weak, he would have believed what his parents said and didn't follow his dreams. But he was strong, okay? It's funny how people can influence you to do something else other than what you want to do for yourself, because other people saw something totally different. I think that is the most brightest thing to do, is to follow your own dreams no matter what anybody else says. But he said that, Steve Harvey made a really good point. He said if he would have listened to his family, who he loved, who they showed that they loved him, but who he loved and who he depended on and who he thought that was going to be by his side 100%, because he was raised by them, brought up by them. If he would believe what they said and did what they said, he would not have succeeded. And that was a big push. He had to put the trust in himself. And look at where he's at. He is so successful and has ended up being way more successful than he could ever imagine. And I don't even want to say ever could imagine, because he imagined it. Now, some things that he give God the glory for, and that's what's righteous about him. God understands and knows and appreciates and is blessing him right now because he gave that glory back to God. Think of you in an environment and your dreams have been shot down, but you had faith in God and knew that it was other ways and other possibilities out there to succeed, and he did that. And God said, once you give the glory back to me and tell people that it was me and it wasn't just you, then you would get a blessing. And guys, Steve Harvey is a man of God, who understands that Bible, who is doing something righteous right now. He could keep all those testimonies to himself, but he is sharing them with you over top of his hard work and dedication of doing his daily jobs. Okay, he's living his dream, but he's also been blessed to do more things that he could ever imagine, and that is very strong and very powerful, you guys. So you're gonna have to condone Steve Harvey, and thank him, okay? But also thank God for putting Steve Harvey in our lives, because it's so many people out there right now who have experienced the same thing Steve Harvey has experienced, but they have not shared their testimony for you to know that things are possible, okay? He shared it. He could have kept all that to himself. So Steve Harvey is really doing an amazing job. I really thank you, Steve Harvey. Like, really do. Like, I thank him so much for what he has done. I've had my mother shoot my hopes and dreams down. Sometimes she appraised it and uplifted me. And a lot of times she just, like, because she was not as educated and she wasn't there in the mindset, she was not able to see the vision that I could see. Because if she's seen that vision that I could see, then there would be nothing but uplifting, encouraging, positive. You see what I'm saying? My aunt, my rude aunt, definitely shot my hopes and dreams down. My grandmother believed in me, and she knew that I did not have the family that was able to understand what I was trying to get into. She knew that they knew nothing about. So she knew that it was possible for me, but it would just be kind of something that they probably won't be a part of because they're not there in the realm. Now, possibilities can happen. You know, I believe in possibilities, but they were some of the things they believed in, but a lot of things that my family did not believe in. So, I mean, the whole point is for you to believe in yourself, like I said in my other video about feeling content within yourself. You have to feel content within yourself, because the Bible says, do not put no trust in man, in flesh. Flesh will disappoint you sometimes. So put all of the trust in him, in the Lord, for yourself, and you are the person that can only believe that. So by Steve Harvey making that example out of, you know, that was a split decision he had to make. That was a sacrifice he had to take. He was making a risk, but he saw in his own imagination and in his own mind the risk that would be worth taking. Okay, if he was to go to the comedy skit and do you know, if he was to go out there and risk it, was to quit his job and do it one time, okay, I'm pretty sure he would have found another job, but at least he risked it and made a shot at it. You see what I'm saying? He did not listen to his parents and just risk that. There's other jobs out here, okay? You don't have to depend on that one job and it's the end of the world, okay? This is easy. If you can get that first job that you had, you can get the next job. Someone else is going to see the light in you, the same amount of light that they saw in you before you left that other job, okay? So my thing is like this. You have big dreams that you want to make in your life, and it's going to cause you to risk something, and you have an imagination about how it can work and play out, then that's the gift that God gave you, okay? Other people may not even have that same vision of you. They're not, because they're not in your head, okay? Now, if they can see that you are really positive and really strong about doing it, then they will encourage you to do it and don't let anyone else stop you from doing that. But if they was really for you, they would root for you and say, well, if it don't work out, then come on back and you know, at least you tried, and now you know what you need to do. You see, that's someone who's supporting you. That's someone who is rooting for you. That's someone who you can trust. But at the end of the day, don't put no trust in no man, put it in yourself. He put the trust in himself. He did everything by the Bible in demonstration wise, okay? He did the right thing, okay? We are all people who are learning. So he has demonstrated to us that he needed help. And by us knowing that he needed help is that by him giving his glory back to God about making his dream come true, he was able to say, God did it for me. I thank God. He was thanking God. So that means that he needed help. He depended on not just himself, but God, because we all need help. So it would be nice to depend on your family, but what if your family is not rooting for you? What if they don't have the vision that you have? They're not going to. What if they don't support your vision? That's a problem. That's a red flag. So there's some families out there who support your vision. So I'm just letting you guys know now. Steve Harvey has literally dedicated his time and his faith and his work and his testimony to help us. So thanks, Steve Harvey, you guys. Literally, you need to put your faith in yourself, and you can't share your dreams with everybody. So sometimes it would be wise for you to just keep it to yourself and don't even say it, okay? I know it's lonely and you want to tell somebody, what's going on, but just keep it to yourself, because God will give it to your heart, to the right person, for you to understand and see who's really trying to help you. Okay, some people are trying to dig in your information and see where your goals and stuff is at, and then they're not even trying to, they don't want you to succeed. I hate to say that, but that's the truth. But God will lay it on your heart for you to understand who is wanting you to succeed and who's going to support you no matter what. They may not physically support you, but spiritually they will support you. So this is coming from a friend. See you guys.